What's up, guys? How we doing? I cut my hair. It's gonna grow back. It'll be okay. I don't normally make 2 videos in a day, but I have something that I need to vent about. Um, I was excited because last night work went fantastic for the first time in 3 months. After gritting my teeth and making less than minimum wage all winter, I finally made 20 bucks an hour and we hit over $100. Just to wake up this morning and find out that Uber is now doing upfront pricing. Now I know that it's already doing that in other markets. I'm just kind of lucky that I live in a small market, so we were one of the last ones to get affected by it. But I want you to understand what that means. When I first started driving for Uber, you got paid $1 a mile, 20 cents a minute, the moment you accepted the order. On the way to the customer, and when you picked up the customer, like it should be, because from the moment you accept an order, what are you doing? Well, you're spending your time and your gas, are you not? And as an independent contractor, that makes sense that you would get paid for that, right? Then they cut pay in half. Not in half, by about 30-40%. They stopped paying you for going to the customer, kind of. Like, it was dependent on many factors. You get $1.50 base pay. Say you drive 3 miles to the customer and drive the customer 3 miles. If it takes 15 minutes, then you would make $2 along with the $3 for the mile, and then the $1.50 base pay, making you $6.50 on that 3 mile order. Now, if you were to drive 7 miles and then pick up a customer and drive them 3, the way they would do it is in that 3 miles, if it takes 15 minutes, okay, it's 3 plus 2 plus $1.50, so $6.50. You drove a total of 10 miles, so they would pay you for 2 miles of the 7-mile drive to the customer and 20 cents a minute for those 2 miles, making it add up to exactly $1 a mile. Pretty much making the 20 cents a minute irrelevant, but that's how it was. They made it add up to $1 a mile every time. For an entire year, I have never declined a rideshare order, ever, because there was no need to. If you're constantly busy and constantly making $1 a mile, great. Used to be, when I first started, you would make $1.50 a mile. Now it's $1. But $1 is still good as far as gig app standards go. Now, with upfront pricing, what that means is you do not get paid at all to go to the customer. Like I said, I have not declined an order in a year. I declined 3 today. Because basically, unless you're right next to the customer, it's really not worth your time. The same order I did yesterday, 7 miles to a customer, 3-mile drop off that paid me $11, was $7 today. But you want to know the kicker? Great job, camera. It's that they try to shape this as something that is positive. Oh, and if you thought I was lying about them saying that I drive in Springfield when really I drive in Branson, which is an hour away, there you go. More transparency and more ride opportunities. They're trying to paint it in a way that it's a good thing. It's a good thing for us. They're being transparent about the price, when really the price was deducted afterwards. Being upfront about the price just means you're making less money. And since now it makes no sense to drive 10 miles to a fucking customer because you're not getting paid for it, well, now you're declining more orders, which means more customers are not getting picked up or are having to wait longer. Let me ask you something, Dara, because I'm genuinely curious as the big old genius businessman that you are. what the fuck do you think your future looks like? Because DoorDash is kicking your ass in Uber Eats. Instacart is kicking your ass in Shop and Deliver. Now, Lyft is kicking your ass in fucking rideshare. You're trying to do all these things in a mediocre way instead of doing one thing well. I used to. It wasn't even a contest. Uber over Lyft any day. Now, there's no fucking point. You pay exactly the same. So you might as well just do both. But before, there was an actual incentive to choose Uber over Lyft. You no longer have that. And considering Lyft only does rideshare and focuses mainly on that, it looks like you're just trying to push the envelope for as long as you can until you get self-driving cars rolled out. But here's the thing, genius. Self-driving cars ain't going to work around here. Your GPS is wrong 80% of the time, so your self-driving car would go to the wrong spot. And 100% of the time, your GPS wants me to take 76, which is full of traffic and would take me an hour to take a customer a mile. Due to my knowledge of my whereabouts, I am able to get them to their destination quickly. A self-driving car would not work here. So if your plan is to just fuck us over as much as you can and just hope that it works until you can just roll out the self-driving cars, well, dipshit, you're not going to be able to do that. You're always going to need humans to work for you. You're always going in small markets to need actual people to do Uber. And when all the good drivers quit because you've done nothing but push the envelope, and all the customers have gone over to Lyft because now all their orders are getting declined because it's not worth it, do you really think you're going to have a business in 10 years? I would bet my life on it that you're going to go under. And I'm not saying that because I want you to. I'm saying that just looking at it from a business perspective. This move fucks me over. It fucks the customers over. The only person it doesn't fuck over is you. Running a business like that isn't going to get you anywhere. And trying to do all these things and focusing all your money and attention on Uber Eats and these other areas, well, you're just wasting money because you're getting your ass kicked in those areas. My God, Dara. I'm willing to bet you don't even know how to make a fucking sandwich. You're right. You for damn sure can't make an app that works. For damn sure can't make a GPS that works. You spend millions of dollars to make sure you're still able to classify us as independent contractors, even though we only meet 1 out of the 3 criteria to do so. I stuck it out, dude. All winter I worked for less than minimum wage, and season was finally here, and I was excited. And then today, I make dog shit because I'm having to decline most of the orders. Here in Branson, a lot of your orders are driving 10 miles to a customer and bringing them back to town, and those used to be the orders that you would cross your fingers for because you would make 25 to 30 bucks in half an hour to an hour. Now, it makes no financial sense to drive 20 miles for $10, Dara. It seems like you keep forgetting that it's my gas that I'm paying for. It's my car that I'm using. So the more you try to make this a customer supposed to pay my wage thing, the more it's going to fail. Your future 100% relies on the satisfaction of your customer and the satisfaction of your drivers, which is just going to go downhill. And I can't wait to watch it all burn. I fucking quit. I would rather be homeless than to work for this garbage company that sits here, cuts my income overnight by 30%, and then tries to frame it as a good thing. I am fucking done. You're an idiot. Just an idiot. I could sit here, I could call you all these names, I could make fun of you. But as an actual businessman, trying to look at it from your perspective, you are a fucking idiot. This is going to result in us getting paid less. It's going to result in more customers getting their order declined, leading to less customer satisfaction. Not that you already had a good track record with that. And then they're just going to go to Lyft. They're just going to go to DoorDash. They're just going to go to Instacart. All you're thinking about is your bottom line while running your business like a fucking baboon. A goddamn fucking ape. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of getting treated like shit by you. This is not a line of work which the customer's responsibility is to pay my wage. It is not tip reliant. If a customer tips, great, but it's not really their responsibility. We are not independent contractors. Let's get that one out right now. We're not. And yes, I understand that this is not a fucking career. This is not a job that you're going to go into expecting to make a goddamn doctor's living, dude. I get that. But it'd be nice to make more than $5 a fucking hour. Because those orders that I declined today would have normally been good orders, but now they're not, and it's so fucking oversaturated because your dumbass doesn't even realize that I'm an hour away from Springfield, so you classify all this as one fucking city. That way everybody from Springfield can come oversaturate the market, so basically it's so goddamn slow, even though it's busy in town, that you're waiting 30 minutes for an order, you finally get a rideshare one. Used to be you would do it, get a guaranteed $1 a mile. Now, it's probably not worth doing. Decline it. Now you gotta wait another 30 minutes for an order, decline it. And that's why DoorDash went to shit for me. Because you were waiting 30 minutes so you could go drive 10 miles for $3. It was not financially viable. You are making it to where it is not financially viable, Dara. If I'm making 50 cents a mile, 20% of my income is going to fucking gas. Not to mention the car maintenance, not to mention the car depreciation. I quit. I don't think I'm going to make a video for a few days. I'm sorry if this comes across as bitchy. But I worked for less than minimum wage all winter. Telling myself it's going to be alright. You just got to get through it. You just got to get to season. Season officially starts this week. Finally made a decent amount of money. And then sure enough, it's almost like you intentionally waited for this week to roll this out. And it does nobody any favors. Literally the same order. The same fucking order I got yesterday. I got today. But it was $5 less. And you have the gall to say that this is a good thing because it's more transparency and it gives us more opportunities. How the fuck does it give us more opportunities, Dara? If a person puts in an order, they put in an order. If there's 100 drivers, like you can't guarantee that. You're fucking stupid. From the bottom of my heart, when you fail, you have nobody to blame but yourself. You're going to go under. I've been doing some research, and yeah, it looks like last quarter was doing okay, but your stock is going down because people are worried about the future of your financial stability. And fucking over your drivers and customers isn't going to be how you're going to make a good future for yourself. Give the job to somebody else. At the end of the day, you're a little bitch boy, rich kid that fucking had an unoriginal idea, didn't even make the code yourself, and don't know how to run a fucking business. You're going to get all the good drivers to quit, roll out self-driving cars, then find out you can't have a self-driving car in a small market like this, and then you're only going to have shitty drivers in those markets. But But it'll be too late because those people, well, they'll be driving for Lyft. I quit. And I know that, like I said, there's drivers out there, there's markets out there that already have this rolled out and have for years. Why are you putting up with it? Is it just, I don't know, maybe it's better in a bigger city or something. But here, where every fucking order is basically 10 miles away from you, it just doesn't make any financial sense. The whole point in doing this job was because I could bring Persephone with me and I could make more than minimum wage. This makes it to where that's no longer going to be able to be a possibility. I quit, man. I just fucking quit.